1, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Emirates 866 Super, ready to taxi to runway 34 left with information Alpha.
Victor Tango November Papa Romeo, hold position.
Stand by, Air India 1. Holding position, Victor Tango November Papa Romeo. Shanghai Pudong ground, Air India 1, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Emirates 866 Super, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 34 left, Emirates 866 Super. Shanghai Pudong ground, Air China 351, ready to taxi to runway 16 right with information Alpha.
Oscar Echo India November, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 96.
Taxi into Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 96, Oscar Echo India November.
Air China 7, request permission to cross runway 35 right.
FedEx 219 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Jordanian 5, request taxi to gate 89 at the Apron 7 Terminal 2.
Taxi to runway 35 right, FedEx 219 Heavy. Jordanian 5, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 89 via Romeo 4.
Taxiing to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 89 via Romeo 4, Jordanian 5.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Singapore 833, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Air China 3223, request taxi to gate 18 at the Apron 1 Terminal 1.
Air China 351, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Speedbird 168 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Taxi to runway 34 left, Air China 351.
Speedbird 168 Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Speedbird 168 Heavy.
Jordanian 5, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 91 via Romeo 4.
Taxiing to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 91 via Romeo 4, Jordanian 5.
Air China 3223, taxi to Apron 1 Terminal 1 Gate 28.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 35 right with information Alpha.
Singapore 833, pushback approved, tail to the north. Jordanian 5, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 87 via.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Victor Tango November Papa Romeo, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 34 left.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Lufthansa 3543 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Victor Tango November Papa Romeo, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Singapore 833. Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 34 left, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy.
Air China 3223, contact Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4.
Contacting Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4, Air China 3223.
Emirates 305 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Emirates 305 Heavy.
Shanghai Pudong Airport, Addis Information Bravo, time 16490, wind 230 at 3, visibility 6, temperature 27, dew point 22, QNH 1000 remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. File flight plan prior to contacting ATC, use of departure and arrival procedures required landing runways 35 left and 34 right, departing runways 34 left and 35 right advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo.
I'm sorry, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy. Shanghai Pudong ground, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 35 right with information Alpha.
Lufthansa 3543 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 35 right, Lufthansa 3543 Heavy.
Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy.
Emirates 606 Victor Alpha Heavy, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready. China Eastern 828 Heavy, push back approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north. China Eastern 828 Heavy.
Air India 1, you were already instructed to change frequency. China Eastern 236 Mike Uniform, taxi to Satellite Apron Satellite Terminal Gate 118.
Taxiing to Satellite Apron Satellite Terminal Gate 118, China Eastern 236 Mike Uniform.
Bravo 0801, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 80.
Taxi into Apron 7 Terminal 2 Gate 80, Bravo 0801.
FedEx 219 Heavy, contact Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4.
Bravo 0801, request permission to cross runway 34 left.
Shanghai Pudong ground, speedbird 333, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Victor Tango November Papa Romeo, ready to taxi to runway 34 left with information Alpha.
Speedbird 333, pushback approved, tail to the north.
China Eastern 236 Mike Uniform, request permission to cross runway 35 right.
Pushback approved, tail to the north. Speedbird 333.
Taxi to runway 34 left, Victor Tango November Papa Romeo. Bravo 0801, request permission to cross runway 34 left.
Bravo 0801, contact Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4.
Shanghai Pudong ground, China Southern 435 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Contacting Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4, Bravo 0801.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, China Southern 435 Heavy.
Air India 1, you're on an active airport, please contact Shanghai Pudong ground on 121.8. Singapore 833, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready. Taxi to runway 35 right, Singapore 833. Speedbird 168 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Speedbird 168 Heavy.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Med Airlines 308, request taxi to stand 211 at the apron 2 remote.
Med Airlines 308, taxi to apron 2 remote stand 211, hold short of 17 right 35 left. Med Airlines 308, disregard last message. Med Airlines 308, taxi to apron 2 remote stand 211. Shanghai Pudong ground, Air China 967 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 35 right.
Taxiing to apron 2 remote stand 211, Med Airlines 308.
Air China 967 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready. Taxi to runway 35 right, Air China 967 Heavy.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Air China 408 Uniform Alpha Heavy, request taxi to gate 17 at the apron 1 Terminal 1.
Air China 408 Uniform Alpha Heavy, taxi to apron 1 Terminal 1 gate 17 via Papa 4.
Taxiing to apron 1 Terminal 1 gate 17 via Papa 4, Air China 408 Uniform Alpha Heavy.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Speedbird 333, ready to taxi with information Bravo.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Emirates 305 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Speedbird 333, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready.
Shanghai Pudong ground, China Eastern 828 Heavy, ready to taxi. Taxi to runway 35 right, Speedbird 333.
Emirates 305 Heavy, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready. China Eastern 828 Heavy, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 34 left, China Eastern 828 Heavy.
Taxi to runway 34 left, Emirates 305 Heavy.
Shanghai Pudong ground, JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy, request taxi to gate 77 at the Apron 7 Terminal 2.
Shanghai Pudong ground, China Southern 435 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy, taxi to Apron 7 Terminal 2 gate 77.
Taxi into Apron 7 Terminal 2 gate 77, JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy.
China Southern 435 Heavy, taxi to runway 35 right, contact tower when ready.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Speedbird 168, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 34 right.
Taxi to runway 35 right, China Southern 435 Heavy.
Speedbird 168, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Speedbird 168.
Shanghai Pudong ground, American 630 Victor Bravo Heavy, request taxi to parking.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Speedbird 168 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Shanghai Pudong Airport, Addis Information Bravo, time 1657 Zulu, wind 230 at 3, visibility 6, temperature 27, dew point 22, QNH 1000 remarks, no pattern warp, no light aircraft accepted at this time. File flight plan prior to contacting ATC, use of departure and arrival procedures required landing runways 35 left and 34 right, departing runways 34 left and 35 right, recommended departure procedures, HSN 92D, LAM 92D, LAM 94D, MiG 92D, NXD 91D, ODI 92D, PIC 91D, SIR 92D, SIR 94D, recommended arrival procedures, BK 91A advise on initial contact, you have information Bravo. Taxi to runway 34 left, Speedbird 168 Heavy. JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy, request permission to cross runway 34 left.
American 630 Victor Bravo Heavy, request permission to cross runway 34 left.
JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy, contact Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4.
Contacting Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4, JetBlue 163 Victor Alpha Heavy.
American 630 Victor Bravo Heavy, contact Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4.
Contacting Shanghai Pudong Tower on 118.4, American 630 Victor Bravo Heavy.
Singapore 833, request frequency change.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Speedbird 168, ready to taxi with information Bravo.
Shanghai Pudong ground, Air China 847 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 35 right.
Singapore 833, continue taxi. Singapore 833, disregard last message.
China Southern 435 Heavy, request permission to cross runway